Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Little with Jude podcast. I don't watch a lot of award shows, not really. I will watch the red carpets. I will definitely watch the red carpets of the Grammys, BETs, VMAs, Oscars, because I want to see the fashion, I want to see all the looks, the hits and misses. But after that, I don't particularly go out of my way to I want to stream the award ceremony itself with all the not so funny people and the speeches and stuff. I prefer to give my own speeches in front of my mirror in secret when I'm collecting all my low-key awards. But last year, Timothée Chalamet's speech at the SAG Awards, I think he won the award for that Bob Dylan movie, A Complete Unknown, yes. And, the speech went viral and I stumbled across it on the internet. Let me just say, since that time, every time I come across that clip, I make sure to rewatch it. Every time. I cannot scroll past. I'll just quote the short sentence particularly stood out to me. He said, "I'm really in pursuit of greatness. I want to be one of the greats." And then he also said people don't usually talk like this, but majorly that line, "I'm really in pursuit of greatness." I have never related to a celebrity as much as I do to Timothy with that statement. Never ever. He's just, in that moment, he's just so relatable. From the first time I listened to it, every time I've listened after, I don't even know how to explain it. I love that speech. That's my favorite celebrity speech ever. Not I've heard plenty. Most of them always go "Oh, I'm so grateful for the privilege, to be up here. Every actor here deserves this as much as me. I'm just a small town girl or boy from so and so. I never dreamed of this." And I'm all for humility. I'm all for graciously winning. But to put it bluntly, all that stuff gets old. Whenever I listen to people's speeches about their achievements and they say things like, "Oh, 12-year-old me would never have imagined this," or "I never thought I'll make it here," I'm honestly a bit taken aback. I'm shocked. Like I said, I respect humility, but respectfully, those are words you can never hear me saying. I never expected to be here. This is a dream. I couldn't have imagined this in my wildest dreams. No. When it's my turn, and trust me, it will be my turn very soon, I will not be caught unawares. I will not be taken by surprise. Granted, I'll be thrilled, I'll be excited, but I could never say I never saw it coming, because I've wanted it from day one. I am really in pursuit of greatness, and I have been for the longest time. As far back as I can remember, obviously I'm talking about when I got sense, not when I still wanted to be a mermaid or an alien. But for as far back as I can remember, having my life plans or some idea of my life plans, I was still struggling with figuring out what exactly I wanted to be. I didn't have a specific thing that time: fashion designer today, model tomorrow, architect, whatever. But one thing was constant, that whatever I was going to be, I wanted to be a success. I don't remember a particular time in my life when I was scared of death. You know how actively afraid of dying. I don't remember death itself being one of my major fears. But I know there was a point, I just can't remember what age. I'm not sure what age exactly, but there was a point when I realized that one thing I dreaded was the thought of having a basic, boring, just a nothing life. Not for me. I have known that for a long time, since I was way younger. I'm currently looking into the life of Rainier Mary Wilk. I think I mentioned this in the last episode, and I realized that in his life he struggled with a lot of anxiety. Fear of failure was one. He was a poet, trying to make it. For much of his life he was writing a lot, publishing books, and obviously, as is the case with many great people, he did not make it on the first try. He didn't make it as quickly as he thought he would. So he had a lot of fear of failure. But then again, he had the fear of giving up his art, just settling for a normal life as a clerk or government worker, because his family used to put pressure on him. Get a normal job, face your responsibilities, be normal, stop all this art stuff. And so he was particularly afraid of failing and quitting, just settling. I think I should say settling, not quitting, settling. I read that about him, and something in me felt a kind of kinship, not necessarily failure. I can tell you that I'm not afraid of failure because I know I cannot fail. Like, I know that without a doubt. I'm not even going to go into explaining how I know that, but I know that. What I can relate to more, though, is, sometimes, like, you just feel like you're not going to do quite enough. I know I'm going to spend my whole life striving, but it's just, what if I do, and somehow it's just not quite enough to push me into the realm of, like, achievement I want, and I just end up normal, like, basic. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against the simple, quiet life at all. In fact, I say a lot, jokingly, half jokingly, to my sister and my mom, that after I do all my doings in this life, I just want to get a small house in a remote village to live and, like, only visit big cities and interact with people who come online every few months. Like I said, half joking, because I would actually enjoy myself away from the world. So when I talk about greatness, I don't mean celebrity or fame, really. Like, it's not about being an influencer or, like, social media famous. I want to be one of those people that people know about, that people talk about, that people wonder about, in fact. I don't mean internet chit chat, trending, oh, this person is trending, this person is hot on socials. For me, it's not really about the whole world or even the whole country talking about me precisely, but I just want my name to be the kind that comes up in circles of people. It doesn't have to be every circle of every person, but when my name comes up, I don't want it to come up in passing. I want my impact to be felt with rippling effects. Like I said, it doesn't have to be by the whole world. It could be a small fraction of humanity, but I want humanity to acknowledge that I lived. I haven't entirely figured out everything I want to do. There's still so much, but I'm certainly going to excel at my endeavors. I'm certainly going to affect the world to the best of my ability. My name is going to be one of those names that people remember. While I'm alive, after I'm gone, however many years after I'm gone, but when my name comes up, I want it to still carry weight. I'm reminded of I'll call it a declaration by Amy March in this book, Little Women. It's by Louisa May Alcott. And then the statement is also in the movie, because I watched the 2019 movie by Greta Gerwig. Incidentally, Timothée Chalamet is Laurie in that movie. Anyway, Amy was like, I want to be great or nothing. My WhatsApp contacts are probably tired of seeing that post. I post it every few weeks. I want to be great or nothing. Now, this may sound like an extreme position to some people, but I actually find myself thinking that a lot. Like, or something similar, not exactly always in those lines. I want to be great or nothing at everything I do. I'm not saying try to be the best or be better than everyone else or obsess over every mistake and all until you ruin it for yourself. No. But do it with everything in you. I want to be great or nothing. Just before that, for context, Amy's talking about her painting. I won't quote her word for word, but she was just essentially frustrated about her painting and she was venting to somebody, I think Laurie, and she was talking about how she would just quit because, like, she'd rather quit painting entirely than just be average. She actually said that some people, like I said, may see this as extreme. If I will not be great at something, then I'll just quit it entirely. Some people may see it as extreme. Personally, I don't. Timothée Chalamet probably doesn't. Cristiano Ronaldo probably doesn't see that statement as extreme either. Nor Simone Biles, nor Naomi Campbell, nor Beyonce, nor Erykah Badu, nor Sade, nor Chimamanda, nor Lewis Hamilton, nor Thames. The list is endless. All of these great people, I don't think they would see that as extreme. No. Why would she name herself among these people? That's what somebody would be thinking. You mentioned all these great people and you even added yourself. Because I have a spot there. I'm gunning for it. Yes, I have a spot among the greats. I have a spot in the I don't want to say Hall of Fame, but Hall of Greats. And I'm working for it. I'm going for my spot. Everybody can't relate, and that is perfectly fine. I mean, it's okay for anyone to want a simple, quiet, safe life with like no attention, no grandeur. A beautiful life is whatever you make it for yourself. A successful life is whatever you achieve for yourself. And that is irrespective of how it compares to other people's lives. But I'm just putting it out there. For me, I'm trying to be great. I am in pursuit of greatness. In the words of Sylvia Plath, I cannot rest. Something in me wants more. That is another quote that my WhatsApp contacts are probably tired of seeing. I think that one was my DP for the longest time. I think it was also my about for the longest time. I cannot rest. Something in me wants more. The funny thing is, I think I've quoted this particular one before in a previous episode, but it's one of my taglines for my life. Something in me wants more. Something in me always wants more. I am really in pursuit of greatness. Anyway, that's a wrap for today. Thank you for listening to me. I'm not sure what this episode was. I just woke up with my conviction. I always have my conviction burning inside me, but it was just burning a little extra hot, and I thought I would share. So happy new month, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Thanks again for tuning in. Keep tuning in. If you enjoy listening to me, recommend this podcast to somebody, and have a great week ahead. Bye.